welcome to this week's recap of America's Next Top Model, Cycle 13. So last time, Kara was sent home. Sorry, Scruffy. Alright, so Rae received a letter from home, and she really misses her daughter, but she's trying to play it off like she doesn't, because if she thinks about it too much, she's just going to break down, and then that's going to be the end of this for her. So she's just trying to keep a stone face right now. So, to lighten things up a little bit and to try to come out of her shell, Nicole decided to have a hair tossing competition. One word. Ow. I know whenever I do that, or like even Night at the Roxbury, that is really painful. And you could like disconnect your brain from your skull. So not really a good idea, but brownie points for trying to come out of your shell, Nicole. So, the first Tyra Mail of the week. You think you know this competition inside and out? We'll see. So, the girls were taken to CBS Studios to the set of The Insider. Awesome. And they saw Lara Spencer, the host of The Insider, and the comedian Ant. And they were taught the fundamentals of being a correspondent, which consists of course, interviewing skills and pretty much the most important thing, thinking on your feet. You need to be able to just come up with questions and be ready for anything. So the girls had to practice on Ant because he was pretending to be an actor/actress in a new movie, and for each girl he had a different personality, like diva, boring person, you know, the list goes on and on. So Anne Choquette, the editor-in-chief of 17 magazine, was there to help judge. And that was it. That was like the practice session. So then after that, they moved on to a real interview with Jessica Lowndes from 90210. So the girls had to interview her for 2 minutes, and they started out with a teleprompter, but then sneaky Tyra turned off the teleprompter, and they had to think on their feet, like they learned in the teach portion. And the winner received a beauty story in 17 magazine. So it was kind of really, really funny to see the girls' reactions when the teleprompter came up with like random letters and punctuation marks. And some of them really excelled at it. Some of them, like Laura, just froze. So the winner was Erin, and she ended up picking Jen and Rae to go with her on the shoot. So that's exciting. Yay. Good job, Erin, even though I don't like her, because she has a poor attitude. So they return to the house, and their box is waiting for them. And guess what? It's time for okay. It's time for the first Covergirl commercial shoot of the season. I always love these. But this time there's a twist, because the girls have to write their own script for the commercial. So Erin was like, I got this. She wrote her thing in like 2 minutes, and everyone else was like, okay. So they go to the shoot, and it's packed there. Mr. J is there, Nigel Barker, who's directing the shoot, and Teyona, the winner from last season. She's trying to give them tips and everything about how to do a good commercial. So the product this season, Covergirl Exact Eyelights. Exciting stuff. So let's just get to the judges panel, and I'll talk about everyone's commercial. The judges this week, Nigel Barker, Miss J. Alexander, Kim Kardashian, the guest judge, and of course, Tyra. So up first was Jennifer. She had a lot of charisma. I really thought she did a good job delivering the message, but she was moving around way too much for my liking. She was like, easy, breezy, beautiful, Covergirl. It was a little too much to take in, but I think there's a lot of potential there for her. Laura, she had a really good personality. I really liked the beginning of her script where she was like, if you're from a big city or a little town, that kind of thing. I think it really brought out her personality, and she's a good person. So, I mean, you don't want to bring out your personality if you're like a terrible meanie. But she told everyone, you know, she has dyslexia. It's really tough for her. And I feel bad because you could tell she's really struggling with it, and I think she still did a decent job. I think with a lot more practice, she could get there eventually. Brittany, she had her script down, but she didn't deliver it in a fun way. It was a little bland. kind of like me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe not. Okay, Nicole. I thought she was pretty good. I thought she kind of went out of her comfort zone, and I think she looked really good on camera. She's definitely, the camera's a fan of her face. And I just love her hair color. No lie. Rae, she was stumbling around a bit. Yeah, stumbling around. Sunday, I thought it was a joke at first. She was way too goofy, and it was really, as Nigel would say, amateur. And it was just way too over the top and not good. Brittany, she was crying throughout the whole shoot. It was terrible. Terrible. She even was, I think she was crying during the commercial. And that was supposed to be her best take. No good. Okay, so the winner this week was Jennifer. And the rest of the order, Nicole, Brittany, Sunday, and Laura, which means the bottom two this week was Erin and Rae. So Erin had really good photos, but a really crappy video, and Rae just doesn't stand out in the crowd. So Rae was eliminated because she doesn't have that X factor. So next time, the house is really disgusting and they need to clean it up immediately. And that's it. So until then, much love.